Dan?
Morning, Mike.
Oh, hey, David. Good morning.
Can you start with the health update on Lawrence and Gregory and whether or not you expect them to be able to play on Sunday?
Randy's here, so he's part of the work process today. Excuse me. So I look for him to continue to progress. And D-Law is still not here, so he has the illness, and everything's pointing to D-Law playing. So, but as I sit here today.
Also, Mike, you look back on these last 4 games, and we've talked about the revolving quarterback situation, but probably the receiver statistically who's been the most consistent for you is Amari Cooper. Does that just speak to his ability to run routes and always be in the right spot and just being there for regardless of who the quarterback is?
Well, Amari's a steady player, obviously, and I think his experience leads to his production. He plays the flanker position, so we, obviously, it's a priority for opportunities. But yeah, definitely. You could tell the game comes very, very natural to him, and he definitely has been steady in his play.
Clarence, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Coach, Mark Lawrence was adamant the other day talking to us saying we're a good football team. Do you feel like, what's been the mood in practice this week? Do you feel like you got a team with renewed confidence?
Oh, I think we definitely are a football team that's improving. The evidence is, there in our last 2 games. The evidence clearly is in our week of preparation. The understanding, the awareness, the speed of how we're playing. Frankly, the look teams are giving us the looks that we need, but it's November football. And frankly, we talked about it a bit today in a team meeting where this time of year it's not about unscouted looks and some of the things that you may be able to take advantage of an opponent in weeks 1 through 4. Now is the time where play speed, concept, not concept understanding, but the ability to win, playing the way you've established to this point. And I think we're coming into that as a football team, clearly.
Mike, what would the first road win mean for your team?
Excuse me?
What would the first road win mean for your team and for the confidence for the rest of the season?
Well, it's definitely a threshold we need to cross over. You need to. That first road win every year is always something that seems to be a little more difficult the longer I'm in this business. So it would mean that we're have 3 wins, but the ability to win on the road is clearly a must for us to continue on the path of where we want to get to.
And going back to what you were saying about how we're at the point in the season where it's no longer about unscouted looks, do you feel like that's the case for your offense as you prepare, given how much change you've had at quarterback and offensive line?
Well, that's not an absolute. It's more the percentage of unscouted looks. And early in the year, history would tell you're anywhere from 30 to 40% of the plays that you see in the early weeks are unscouted looks. Not now. It's a matter of conceptually playing to your strengths. Frankly, offensively, particularly up front, we've had an unusual amount of change just because our lines have changed week to week. So the exactness of where we are is something that we're working on each and every week, and it'll definitely be apparent when we line up in Minnesota.
Mike with Zerline and how he's kicked here lately. How good is that as a coach to know, okay, he's in a little bit of a groove here, that when you send him out, you kind of have the expectation that every time he goes out there, he's going to make it?
Well, I'll say this about your specialists. It's so important for the specialist to have a very good week, because that's really, in my opinion, is where the confidence comes from with the head coach, and that frankly was established with our 3 vets back in training camp. So the fact that you can see where we've been aggressive when it's time to take a take a shot at a long kick, and that's really been since week one. Just the ability of practice, and just the way he strokes the ball explodes off his foot, and I think the whole battery is in an excellent groove right now.
And this is going to be a little bit different of a question, but do you know if they're still playing that horn up in Minnesota? And did you ever get tired of hearing that when you were the coach in Green Bay?
Well, I mean, I could be, didn't play a whole lot as much in the earlier years, maybe as it did the last 2 years, but it's unique to their home field advantage. They've done a good job with their stadium atmosphere. Clearly the new place is superior than the old place, from a fan's perspective. But yeah, it's not the thing you look forward to as an opponent.
Mike, and reading a little bit about Myles Garrett being out for Cleveland with a COVID test, they kept him away from the facility before the test, and I was wondering if, sorry about that, I was wondering if,
well, if you need to take it, go ahead. Next question, please. Okay.
It just got my train of thought. Sorry about that. If keeping D-Law and Randy away was part of the protocol right now with the sort of intensive protocol?
Oh, definitely. I mean, I think we all understand the awareness is heightened. So, anytime, symptoms are, expressed verbally, there's obviously an immediate reaction. So, I can't say enough about our medical staff. Jim Maurer and Britt have done a tremendous job in their communication, throughout the whole football operations. The players have done a very good job and even the staff of being very cautious of, really disrupting, anything we have here at the Star. So, and I think it's all part of the education from day one, frankly, in training camp, and now we have testing for our families. So, yeah, we're definitely on high alert, no doubt about it. I just think as we have progressed through this COVID challenge, the heightened awareness, and now you have examples and comparables and a number of things that our medical staff is drawing off of, and I don't think there's been a week that has gone by where there may have been a 2 or 3 minute segment in a team meeting just to make sure we're all on the same page, and because at the end of the day it's about keeping everybody safe, both the people here at work and at home.
And with the intensive protocol, have you ever really even had a chance to kind of get settled at home with family and stuff like that, and basically in the time that you've been here?
I mean, no. I mean, not at all. Frankly, we're in a pandemic, and that's no different for my family, and so we're just really focused on getting through this particular time healthy.
Thank you.
Good. All right. Thank you.
Mike?
Yes.
Oh, sorry, I got one. Thursday's usually your heaviest workload day. How did Cheeto come out of that yesterday?
Cheeto looked good. He looks like he's full go, and he's had an excellent week.
Now, Lawrence, you said is going to play Sunday. I know you usually have those little walkthroughs on Saturday. Do you expect him to do anything in that walkthrough, or is it just about let's get him to Sunday?
Well, Saturday's a practice. It's definitely more the walkthrough segment was more today, more of a jog through. But as I stated earlier in the press conference, he's not here today, but he's progressing, and I'll know more tomorrow. So I'm not going to speculate.
Thank you.
We're good? Okay, thank you.
All right.